Good afternoon. Welcome to episode 8 of So You Call Yourself a Decorator. We are continuing from where we left off yesterday on the business structure. Yesterday we looked at visibility. Today we will be looking at business communications, that is, communicating effectively, communicating the right way, communicating to attract the right kind of client, your ideal client, communicating to grow your business. Anything you can use to describe communication. That is what we are looking at today. I think I'm going to wait for just a minute. As soon as it's 2:05, I'm going to commence so that I can have as many people as possible that can join in live to do so before I start. So yesterday I talked about a strategy that you can use, 7 secrets to building a visibility strategy that will yield results in your business. Okay, it's 2:05, so we get started. So today we are going to be talking about communicating. The purpose of communication, or communication itself, is having a two-way kind of chat, or a two-way kind of conversation. That is what communication, the simplest and most direct definition for communication. And so you expect a feedback when you communicate. And so with your business, you also want to get that right, because if you don't get feedback from your prospective clients, your existing clients, your returning clients, you will not know how to improve your business, and you will not know what needs to be tweaked, what needs to be stopped, what you need to start doing, and how to better serve your customers. Hi, Victoria. Thank you for listening in live. I do not want to pronounce your last name so that I don't get it wrong. So please bear with me. Thank you for joining in live. Please let me know if you're an interior designer or an interior decorator. All right. So as I've explained what communicating or communication is, how does that apply to us as interior designers and decorators? Why should we be bothered about communicating? Well, we need to be bothered about communicating because if you do not talk, if you do not interact with prospective clients and your audience, both online and offline, you are not going to get people who will buy from you. And it's no longer a secret that the way, or the easiest way, to get buyers in both online and offline is that people will know you, they'll like you, and they trust you. So today I'm going to be focusing on how you can get that know, like, and trust factor done or built in around your business, so that you have a kind of result oriented communication or content that you put out each time you're trying to interact with your audience or interact with your prospective clients and your existing client. So the things that I would love to talk, the things I want to point out is actually two. The easiest way for you to build your KLT, which is a know, like, and trust factor that I talked about, is for people to trust two things about you, and that is, one, your character, and then number two, your skill. One, your character; two, your skill. Remember, it is know, like, and then trust. So once people are becoming aware of who you are and what you do, and you're consistently showing up, which is visibility that we talked about yesterday, it is easy for them to like you if you are the kind of person or the kind of business that they need in their life at that point in time, which is why you do not have to really be bothered that some certain type of people or some certain category of people are not looking your way. You are not out in the market to serve everybody. You are supposed to serve some distinct category of people, which is Why you should also work on who your ideal clients is. Who are those people you are out to do business with? Who are your ideal clients? Who are those people that have the challenges or the problems that you are out to solve in a marketplace? Remember that when you solve a problem with your skill set, with your experience, with your business and your resources, you are doing, that is what it means that you're doing business, and that is how rewards, which is the monetary now, can follow. So like I was saying, they need to trust in your character, they need to trust in your skill. And just like I shared yesterday, under visibility, it's still the same thing, the six strategies, that strategy or 6-step strategy I shared yesterday is the same thing that we'll also look at today, but now we're looking at it from the point of communicating. So for people to be able to trust you and know who you are as in your character, be able to trust your character, they need to get to know who you are in person. So when you go online, let me talk about online now, and then I'll be going in and out of both online and offline, because I believe that you do not only run your business online, you also run it offline. So I'm going to be what's that English now? I'm going to be diving in and out of the two kind of presence, both online and offline. So when you're communicating online, people want to know who you are. They want to know why should they listen to you? What makes you different from other options that are out there in the marketplace or on the online space. Sorry. So they want to know who you are. They want to know what are your philosophy. They want philosophy, yes. And they want to know what kind of lifestyle do you live. They want to know if you're someone they can trust with their money. You're somebody that when money exchange hands, they won't have to be running after you to come execute the project that you've been paid for. So if they can deduce from your content online and from all that you do online, how you communicate online, to know that you are the real deal and that you can be trusted and that your character is not found wanting, then you have won, you'll be able to win them over, or you have won them over, something like that. For the offline space, communicating, we'll be looking at when you go out there to say you are networking, or you are attending events, or you are even in your place of business, but most especially when you're interacting with people, when you're out there, say in gatherings where you can meet prospective clients. People read body languages, they read confidence, they read how you are able to converse. So you need to work on that. If you find yourself lacking in that aspect, you need to be able to carry yourself with grace. You need to be able to interact nicely with people and show that you are mindful of the next human being. You need to show that you are human, and that is what will make people say maybe introduce themselves to you, or give you an audience to speak to them or hear you out in such events. So that is that about helping your audience or your prospective clients and your clients or your prospective clients, because once they are clients, they already trust you. So prospective clients to build trust in your character. Now, in building trust in your skill set, that one is easy also. Remember yesterday under visibility, I was talking about you sharing your results, which is testimonials and reviews from clients that have bought or that have interacted with your brand. I talked about you asking the right questions. I talked about you putting out the right invitation. It's the same way too with communication. So what this means is that whatever platform you choose to be seen on online, you need to be able to use the best kind of content that will give you more engagement and cause more people to look your way. or to pay attention to what you're saying online. So just like I mentioned yesterday, when you're sharing reviews, for those of us who have been privileged to have done, or who have some work done on, we have some experience under our belt, if you're sharing reviews, try to share reviews that shows the results that you produce for your clients. Share the benefits of working for you, or of working with you, or choosing to hire you to create the spaces they love. It's okay to share reviews of people saying you're on time, your customer service is great, and all of that. But people will interact more, and they'll be more drawn to your brand if you can share reviews that talk about actual solutions, actual problems that you solve with your spaces. Say, for example, I get a review from someone who, I'm just using this as an example. Say I get a review from a client that I helped set up his space as a bachelor, and then I asked for a review, and then one of the things I would love for my client to say, or I want the review to cover, is that I came in highly recommended. I came in to sort all the confusion that is common to having to set up a space, especially when you are a single young man. I came in putting his budget and giving him options that he can work with the budget that he has. Those are just examples. So when you're out there, when you finish a job and you're asking for reviews from your clients, please try as much as possible to let them talk about what the problem was and how you're able to solve it, so that it is easier for you to share those kind of result oriented or results focused kind of reviews that will cause people to look your way over saying, oh, you were amazing, you were fabulous, you were time conscious, and all of that. And then when talking about questions, the right questions to ask each time you are communicating online, try as much as possible to get into the mind of your readers, get into the mind of your audience. Ask direct questions that will make them open up and share what they want to, what areas they want you to touch on, what areas they want you to throw more light on with your business or with your services or with your products. When I check on clients that bought from me, especially when they buy via the online stores, when I check on them to see how they're doing with the product they bought, if they have any issue, one of the questions I ask them is, what do they think we can do to help? Because they actually found us online, they bought from us online. So I'm sure that there will be one or two things that they might wish was much more easier for them when they were online searching for the right product to buy. So I try to ask them questions, and that usually helps me when I'm putting my product out there to consider the people that will buy from them. Joy used to tell me something. Joy is actually an interior designer, but she's also a furniture manufacturer. She used to tell me that people these days they want you to make things as easy for them as possible. So always put that too at the back of your mind, that your clients do not want to have to go through point A, B, C, D, all the way to Z to be able to buy from you or to be able to get you to work on their spaces. They want it to be from point A to point B as simple as possible, as less stressful as possible. So even though we know that people do not really know exactly what they need, they know what they want, but what they actually need is not what they're not looking in that direction. You try as much as possible to guide them, give them what they want, supply the answers to what they want, but when they engage with you on a deeper level, show them what exactly they need, help them to save their resources, help them to make better buying decisions, and they will thank you for it, because that is how to win the heart of your customers and turn them into raving fans that will bring in many more customers in for your way or into your business. So learn to ask the right questions. Hi Kun, sorry, I can't, is this Kun? Kunled song or something like that. Thank you for listening in. So learn to ask the right questions. That is that is the second point I made. And then lastly, invitations. Don't just put your post out there and let people conclude on their own that you want them to actually call you up to buy from you. I'm sure that when you receive flyers, ad copies of ad or flyers, you always find there where they write, you contact us, where to reach them on if you're interested in what they're advertising. The same thing is what you should also do online. Set up your online platforms in such a way that they can contact you easily when you're putting up your content, whether video, text, or audio content on your social media handles or accounts. Try as much as possible. If you need them to come on over, you want them to do business with you, to not let them reach that conclusion by themselves. Put it there when you talk, when you converse, or when you put out content there. Let them know that they can get in touch with you today. Especially, always put that kind of urgency there, today or now. Tell them that if you want to have this, they should click on this link to reach you. If you want to have a world changing whatever it is you're selling, then buy this product or invest in this service or something like that. You just have to know that if people do not like your life, they will not buy from you. That is the conclusion of what I have to say today. So you have to start from the place of helping them to trust in your person, that's your character, and then you can now lead them to trust in your skill set. It is easier that way to win customers online and keep them. And when you do a good job for them, you turn them into returning customers as well as raving fans that can begin to advertise your business to people in their lives and in their spaces for free. A lot of jobs that I've done, a lot of products that I've sold are always through referrals, and I'm sure that seasoned interior designers and decorators can also attest to this. If you do a good job, you are sure that you will be recommended. But also, do not also leave that decision. Do not just assume that your clients will talk to their people or other people to buy from you. Let them know. Tell them that, oh, I would so appreciate it if you can recommend my services or recommend my product to those who need it. You can even offer them a reward, a kind of reward for doing that. But you have to do that with a little bit of tact, try, because it's not every kind of customers you can say that to. If you're handling corporate or commercial bodies, you can actually ask for their permission to drop brochures or your profile at vantage points in their office, say in the reception, where people who work in can pick it up and read. You know, when we attend events here in Nigeria, and on the table where you're seated at the reception, you find cards of the event planner or the person who was in charge of the decoration or even the caterer. You find cards stuck on the table. They are actually trying to market their services, and I think it's a good way for you to also advertise your services offline. If you work for someone, and especially when it is an office space, talk to them, let them know, ask their permission to drop some of your flyers or some of your brochures, if you are doing brochure or catalog, or some of your, or just copies of your company profile, so that when people walk in, you know how we like to read or just keep ourselves busy while we wait at the reception, and they flip through it. If they you never can tell who will pick it up and will be interested in your service or services. And that means that you have to be very, very smart about that, or about what the information you put in such consumables, so that it can, you're not there to defend it, you're not there to answer their questions, you're not there to further explain what you're saying. So try to make it as clear as possible and as digestible as possible. So I hope with this few point of mine, those who joined me live are no longer live right now, they've gone offline. Thank you so much to Victoria and Adekunle's song or something like that, for joining me. Thank you for those that will be catching the replay. If you're catching the replay, let me know if you're a decorator or a designer. And I will see you again tomorrow, same time, 2 p.m. tomorrow. We are still looking at business structure, and we will be talking about getting ready for our clients, being proactive, setting up our business so that when clients walk in, it is an easy walkthrough from start to finish. All right, so do have a lovely afternoon and see you tomorrow at 2 p.m. My name is Bisi Odewale. Thank you so much for listening to this.